Hello and welcome back. In this episode, we're going to expand on the index card object that we created up till now. We moved functionality from our initial test, which had it as part of the plunger, into the card itself. And now we're going to add some more functionality to the card. So let's open up our CLOG file. All right. And at this point, let's, now that things we can set our cards as selectable, let's set a means to be able to determine if it has been selected yet. Okay, to do that, let's go ahead and add a property, selectedp, right? And we'll do it as a reader only because there's no reason for us to give access to mess up our system, right? So in fact, it's kind of interesting that this is one of those few areas where there, generally speaking, the object system where there is some controls over what can be done to a variable or otherwise, which is very, or select even the types and things like that, which we don't have in the rest of Lisp, which is interesting. In fact, we're going to see, because we made it a reader, therefore there's actually even a sense of privacy in the object itself, right? So first of all, let's also set init form to nil. Okay, so that should do it. And make sure I didn't make any mistakes. Okay, by compiling it basically, by doing the test function that actually compiles, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and say that. And now that we have a means to select, and now we need the means to determine if it's been selected. So we've got to basically set that property. So we go to our onClick. Now remember, we're going to move our onClick out of the events panel into our CLOG our card-body file later. But we're still like in experimental mode here and expanding using it this way. I mean, you could leave this. You could leave your code in there. But in general, like I said, you're going to want to edit and other things in the future. Actually, the debugging and things like that, it just becomes a lot easier when you can see all your real functionality someplace else. Set F. Okay, and we want to use the slot value as opposed to using our property directly. And the reason, of course, is because it's a reader. So there's no way to write to that property unless we go and do it from the back end. So in this case, we're going to do selected P, right? Done. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead. Let's do, okay, unless we can actually use our selected P. Okay, and then we can return true, right? And that should work. That should give us what we want to do. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead now and test our code. Okay, and a really great way to do that is just like you would in any Common Lisp program. Format T. Okay, and let's say again value. Okay, we'll debug code here, and there we go. And then let's go ahead now and selected P. Selected P. Okay, and panel. Okay. Now I will tell you there is one thing a little bit different. If you ran the CLOG Builder from Emacs, meaning a slime window, then basically all the output is essentially flushed every time. If you ran it from the command line, the output is not necessarily flushed after every line that you output. So in this case, we're going to tell Lisp that basically, hey, flush your output. Okay, and let's compile that. Okay, done. And let's go ahead now and let's run our project as before. File, new window. Two of them, only need one. Okay, and there we go. Okay, now Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 1, 2, and let's see that. See, there you go. So there you go. So you see, it's working the way we'd hoped at this point. So we're in good shape. Okay, so let's go ahead and I would actually have to close this. I don't know why I keep doing that. And there we go. Done. Okay, go back. Let's get rid of our debug code. Okay, that we just put in there. So now basically we have a great selectable P that we can make use of for our index cards as well. So we have selectable. Okay, we've got we put in a draggable, and you know what would be cool? Let's actually add one more. Let's add a resizable. That's also pretty easy. Okay, so let's go ahead. Actually, you know what? Let's do what we talked about a couple times, moving this out from here. So let's go ahead and let's copy that to your copy paste buffer. Okay, now let's go ahead and do a on click card. Okay, and panel and target. Okay, let's go ahead and add that. Save it. Run it. Well, compile it really. Let's run. That's what we need. And let's now go back to here. Actually, let's go back to the body file. Oops. Okay, there we go. So now let's add defun function and on click card. Okay, target panel target. Okay, and there we go. Okay, done. Let's save that. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's all set up, and let's evaluate all. Done. Okay, and let's run it and make sure everything is working okay. Window. Okay, perfect. Everything's still good. All right, so we're basically at this point where we are, and let's start working now on adding our next function. And let's see, we have make draggable, make selectable. Let's add another functionality. Let's call it, this is really simple. And instead of draggable, we're going to use resizable. Okay, make resizable. Okay, let's save that. Let's evaluate all here. Okay. Okay. So we've got our new function there. And let's go back to here. Wait, I guess I added that before I was working on it. Let's go back here. Make resizable type. Okay, so we can save that. Let's see, evaluate all again, and let's go back here. File, new freewin. Let's do that. Okay. Oops. Okay, so there you go. You see, we can move it around, and actually, yeah, we can resize it theoretically, right? But it's not doing what we want. So let's go back. Okay, let's go back here and let's fix our problem. So to fix our problem, we're going to do something like this. Let's see here. When we make resizable, we're going to also have to adjust the way positioning is done. So what we're going to do, right, is set F positioning. Okay. card, and we're going to have to set it to absolute. Okay, that should fix our problem. Let's find out if I'm right. Okay, let's go back to here. Let's close this. Let's open up another one. There we go. Now there we go, perfect. And our resizing, oh, it's not happening. So we're gonna have to figure out what we gotta do here. We gotta adjust this as well. So it's still going, but not the way I want. Okay, I think I have a solution. Okay, we put the resizable on the entire panel. Now that would make a lot of sense, except in this particular case, the original panel is actually set as relative, right? No, actually, no, that's not. That's sorry. That actually is it's not the case. It's actually set as static, right? Every outer panel is actually static. Okay, so what happens is, is we got to move just the frame itself with the resizable. I think that this way it resizes inside of the bigger panel, which is static. That will adjust with it. And of course, we set the entire panel to absolute, so the entire panel moves around with the draggable and resizable. Okay. All right. Okay, I think we're good to go. Okay, so let's do this. Let's make this small change. And a lot of this is trial and error and figuring out what actions. I mean, again, I probably could read the specs better on jQuery, but I'm pretty sure this is going to do it. Let's go ahead and CLOG. Card frame. Okay. I have a feeling that's going to do it for us. Oops, a form. Okay, and let's go ahead now. Give that a try. Okay. Okay, looking good so far. And all right, there we go. We got our resizability.